It's weird when, especially from comedians, they get very like particular about what they think is funny comedy. Like they don't keep an open mind. They don't understand that what they don't think is funny is funny.
Sure, it's
like,
just not funny to them.
Like, I understand you're around comedy a lot, so like you have this. It's kind of like people that spend their life in universities. Like, you have this perception of what the world is, but you're not actually in the real world. Like, you're around comedy all the time, but you're viewing it as a comedian. You're not viewing it as a regular person.
Do you think that porn people have the same problem?
I'm sure, dude. Imagine how frustrating it would be to be a porn star watching a sex scene in a regular movie or on a regular TV show.
I never wanna have to count on you. Worst friend, I never wanna have to count on you. Worst friend that I ever had.
All right, everybody, here we go. This episode number 8 of Your Worst Friends. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I am CJ Couch, sitting here with my good friend and your worst friend, Mr. Josh Smith.
How's everybody doing tonight?
You know, I'm doing really good. You just had a nice little dinner prepared.
It was fucking incredible.
It was incredible. So good that you asked for it again.
Yeah?
You know, you had it earlier in the week. She said, "What do you want for dinner?" And you said, "Make that shit again, ho."
I mean, I did not call her a hoe. I called the kids hoes.
Kids hoes. So I love that. So there's a lot of things different about us, right? That is exactly what I would do. that is exactly what I would do, dude. I swear.
Yes.
I swear. The first, like when you played that bit for me and I was listening to it, the first thing I thought was, that's exactly what not only I would do, that I do. I love doing that to kids, dude. Like, I love talking to kids. Not that you call regular people hoes, right?
I mean...
But it's funny, and I do it.
Yeah.
But in real... when I say this, I don't mean the way that we call, you know, people hoes. But when I'm like, you know, talking to a kid, I try to talk to them like how I talk to you.
100%.
I never understand. It pisses me off when people are like, "So, what'd you do today? Was your day good?" It's like, yo, dude, how was your day?
Right.
And that's how you get real shit. Like, I don't know. I was around a couple kids, like Sienna's little cousins, and they were cool as fuck, dude, to talk to.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
How old were they?
Fucking 10. One was 7. I thought he was fucking 12 years old or 13. Dude, he was huge.
Really?
He was fucking, I swear, I know this is a weird thing, maybe 4 or 5, 4, 6. At 7 years old.
That's tall. That's pretty...
He might have been
really
he might have been
tall.
5 foot.
Wow.
Now that I think about it.
Wow.
But yeah, I love talking to kids like normal people and just asking them like what they think about the world.
Yes, dude. It's interesting. It's because they haven't been as poisoned. But sometimes they have.
I was going to say, you can instantly tell when they have been poisoned.
Right.
Because if they don't go, well, I don't really know, then they've been poisoned.
Right. Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
ask a 10-year-old about Black Lives Matter. I'm dead serious. Next time you're around one, ask.
You know, so you don't have any children. And if you were to have a child, at what point do you expose them to the concept of religion? How do you present that?
It depends on if I'm religious or not. So, like, if I'm not religious, which I'm not, they'll find it if they want to find it. If Jesus wants them to find it, he will have them, or he or she, find it.
But when they come to you at a young age and say, you know, Daddy, what's God?
I will tell them, God is you. Straight up.
Have you ever seen the movie The Island?
Nope. Shutter Island. Great movie.
In this movie, there's a quote from Steve Buscemi, and he gets asked, what's God? And he says, you know when you close your eyes really tight and you wish for something really bad? God's the guy who ignores you.
Oh. Nice, dude. So, you know, that's very fucking... Steve Buscemi, dude.
Yeah, dude.
It's funny because obviously he didn't write that, but he has a lot of... He's a way better actor than I think people give him credit for.
I'd like to say too. He prefaced that statement by saying, "Why do I got to be the guy to? Why do I got to be the guy to tell the kids there's no Santa Claus?"
Ooh.
And then he said that line. Like,
I watched Armageddon the other day. Like it was on HBO, and I just leave HBO on for my little dog Dinky
Sure.
there. So I come home and it's on. I just pulled some Jeebs. I'm gonna sit down. I watched fucking the whole movie, dude, and I saw it originally in theaters. I cried.
really?
Yeah, dude. I've been real emotional. Like, I'm going through ebbs and flows, and when this happens, the transition, I get so emotional, dude. Like, I've almost cried at really like shitty commercials and stuff. Like, this is true. The commercial about have you seen it where it's like about getting the food industry back together, and don't you wish you could go out for a meal, and it's like this uplifting commercial about how great it is to go out to eat.
Wow.
Okay, I'm not crying because of that concept. It's just this, I don't even know why I'm crying. That's what I'm saying. And I wasn't crying, I was almost crying. Now, for Armageddon, that got me.
That got you.
Yeah, that was high enough stakes. You know, like I feel like
So I'm gonna make a confession real quick.
mm-hmm.
I've never actually watched Armageddon.
I wouldn't. It's not that great. I wouldn't. You're not missing anything. You know what I
Right.
mean? Bruce Willis's best work, probably. No.
Really?
No, fuck no.
I was about to say Die Hard.
I've never even seen Die Hard. How about that?
Whoa. Now there, I feel like you're missing out.
Really?
Yeah.
I've almost watched it by myself. I'm not bullshitting, like 8 or 9 times, which is a lot.
It's a great movie.
I've been on the like press play part, and I'm like, nah.
And I get that. I totally get that. You know what I'm saying?
It's been satirized too much.
But it's a great movie.
Okay, Dumb and Dumber is a great movie, right? In terms of making you laugh.
Okay.
No?
No, I said okay.
Okay, because like when Die Hard's to the age of me, or I'm to the age where Die Hard was never a thing for me.
Right, because it came out before you were born.
Right, so it's like I'm inheriting this film. But what comes with that is all the pop culture references, all this shit where I think I know the movie and
Right.
it's going to be cheesy. And I bring up Dumb and Dumber because to me that's a fucking hilarious movie, right?
Okay.
Love it. Sienna like doesn't think it's great at all, and it blew my mind. And now that you're not enthusiastic about it, I'm really weirded out.
Well, let me just say this real quick. Unpopular opinion, but women have horrible taste in comedy films.
I think specifically Sienna has horrible taste in
and
films.
Let me say, when I say women have horrible taste in comedy films, they don't like the same type of comedy films that men like.
Name a comedy film you like.
Grandma's Boy. Oh, I fucking love that movie. I think it's hilarious.
Dude, that movie is so funny.
Spaceballs is probably one of my all-time favorite comedy
Never
movies.
seen it.
Do it.
Spaceballs to me feels
It's
like
timeless.
like not the second version of Blazing Saddles, not like a follow-up, but like that generation's version of Blazing Saddles.
It's
A ridiculous ass movie that's probably hilarious.
to me, it's possibly my number one favorite comedy movie of all time.
Okay, I'll watch it.
Like if it's not number one, it's at least in the top 5. My shit changes depending on what day you ask me.
Anyone who has a solidified top 5, you're a bullshit artist.
Right.
You're trying to be cool.
Exactly.
Yeah, just, I've said that movie's in my top 5 for easily 50, 60 movies.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
In the moment.
But I'm telling you right now, Spaceballs, definitely worth the watch.
Okay. All right.
Especially, have you seen Star Wars?
Of course.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
How do you feel about Star Wars?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like,
I don't hate it. I'll watch it.
So when I was a young kid, I had the original 3 on VHS. You know what I'm saying? And I watched them a decent amount of times as a young kid. That's what we did back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you could record shit on TV and watch it on your VHS. You know what I mean? That's like we did that shit. But yeah, I watched those movies a few times. I didn't try to watch episodes 1, 2, and 3 until way after they had all came out, and I didn't enjoy any of them. And I watched The Force Awakens in theaters.
Me too, twice, and did not like it either time.
I thought it was a decent flick the first time.
In terms of
Or
what I
the
expected.
only time I watched it, and that's it.
How about this? Is The Force Awakens better or worse than any of the first three? Like, is there a first of the first three, not the originals, episodes 1, 2, and 3?
Oh, gotcha.
Is any of those better than number 7, The Force Awakens?
I don't think so.
I do. That Darth Maul one, for whatever reason, I saw it in theaters as a kid. That's probably why.
Sure.
I think it's great. And also, I recently, it's been on TNT a lot for whatever reason. I watched fucking episode 3 where he becomes Darth Vader.
Right.
I don't know why people hate on him so hard. Christian Haydenson or whatever the fuck his name is.
No.
You do that scene. Who's gonna? What are you supposed to do?
I know, right?
Like, that's how he screams. I get it. That I don't even give a fuck about that, to be honest with you. Like, I'm just talking about the rest of the movie. Like, I didn't think he was that bad. I think he just looks like how I look, like a bitch. You know what I mean? Like, he looks like a bitch, straight up. And you're like, this bitch ass motherfucker.
Doesn't look like a bitch to you?
But it's like, okay, so this bitch is Darth Vader? Like, no one believed that. In terms of how he did acting, I don't care. I didn't hate it. I think they should have showed him really kill all those kids, though.
Sure.
PG-13, Disney.
Bastards.
I'm getting my connection, but I'm good.
That's what's
All
up.
right, so I want to talk about social media.
Okay. Let's
So
talk about it.
we're using my old YouTube page. Shout out all the couch talkers, all
Hey,
the
friends.
couchies.
For those that don't know, my name's Josh Smith.
Josh Smith is a great guy. Couchies can trust him. For old time's sake, C is in Christ, J is in Jesus, C is in Christ, O is in ostrich, U is in uranium, C is in Christ, H is in horses, T is in tantalizing, A is in ass, L is in labia, K is in kaboom. Thank you for subscribing to CJ Couch Talk. So, social media. I don't think it's a big deal. Sell me.
I hate it. I hate its very existence. I hate what it does to the world. I love it.
Love it.
I get to stay connected with people that I probably otherwise wouldn't.
Imagine your life if you didn't, though. You assume it's worse for some reason.
Not necessarily that it's worse, but it's nice to be able to, like, especially when you see they're doing well, like somebody that you maybe, like, you know, used to, maybe you guys used to live near each other and like they had to move away or something like that, and like you used to be really good friends, and well, now they live fucking 7 states away, but you get to see when they do something nice, like, oh, that's cool, man, I'm glad that, you know, things are working out for them. You know, it's nice to be able to keep in touch in a informal kind of way, you know what I mean? Like, but good God.
Good God. About everything else about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so toxic.
You know, here's the thing, man. I just don't think now this is different. This is a podcast. Get it. But for specifically my comedy, other than to show people like, oh, I'm not good enough at comedy that I want anyone to know I'm doing comedy. And I don't.
Well,
okay,
then you're not a comedian. You shouldn't be.
that's not true at all. What does that mean?
If you don't want anybody to know you're doing comedy, then you're not a comedian.
It's not that I don't want anyone to know. It's that anyone on social media that I have is not going to make or break anything about my life. So, like, me to go back on social media and say, hey, come to the CBD Cafe this upcoming Wednesday is going to do nothing. It's going to do nothing.
Because you have no friends.
Probably. But I have a big, not a big presence, but I had, 1,000 people. So you would think statistically it should do something. It doesn't at all.
That's not true.
Okay. It's not true.
It's really not.
Okay. Why?
All right, as somebody who's done shows for years, you know what I'm saying? That small little promotion, it may not even get somebody to come to the CBD Cafe, right? But they may come to a show near them next time you're playing a show near them. and that they see that you're doing this, they stay inquisitive about your shows. And maybe they know, you know what, I'm never going to see them on a Wednesday night. Oh, but CJ's doing something on a Friday night? You know what? I've been meaning to catch that. I'm going to go check it out. You know what I mean? Here's one thing I'll tell you. From years of doing music and now doing comedy, every time I tell people about me doing music, I'd say 2 out of 10 show interest in it, ask follow-up questions. And
20% solid.
It's not bad, you know what I mean? But I don't like push that at all, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not one of those people that got to flex it like constantly, like, I don't know. But anyhow, anytime it comes up that I'm a comedian, I would say 70% of people are interested and want to hear more about that.
Being a comedian is so cool, dude, honestly.
Like, well, here's what's interesting. So with music, there's so many different genres and so many different tastes to have interest in. With comedy, don't get me wrong, there is definitely different styles.
Totally.
But there's only really one way to find out somebody's style, and that's to kind of check them out. You know what I mean?
Chizzy check them, yeah.
And it's easy to enjoy multiple different styles of comedy. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's weird when, especially from comedians, they get very like particular about what they think is funny comedy. Like they don't keep an open mind. They don't understand that what they don't think is funny is funny.
Sure, it's
like,
just not funny to them.
Like, I understand you're around comedy a lot, so like you have this. It's kind of like people that spend their life in universities. Like, you have this perception of what the world is, but you're not actually in the real world. Like, you're around comedy all the time, but you're viewing it as a comedian. You're not viewing it as a regular person.
Do you think that porn people have the same problem?
I'm sure, dude. Imagine how frustrating it would be to be a porn star watching a sex scene in a regular movie or on a regular TV show.
Oh, yeah.
Or do you envy them? Are you like, man, they don't have to fucking actually do this shit.
Right.
They're like taping their boners and stuff. How does that work?
Terrible.
How does that work?
Absolutely horrible.
I'm a method actor. I just fuck, dude.
I just fuck.
Yeah, we fuck. But seriously, let's think about that for a second. Hot actor man, hot actor woman, sex scene. Maybe it's 2 dudes, maybe it's 2 girls. HBO's been going crazy recently. Who knows what's been on? So, like, how do they do a sex scene?
Yeah, the dude's taping up boners and stuff.
Are they? Do you really think they're taping boners?
Yeah. I mean, they do weird-ass angles to where you don't see nothing. You know what I mean?
But here's the thing, like...
And, like, you ever watch some of these scenes, too? Like, dudes will be hitting it from the back, but he's, like, 3 feet back. It's like, dude, you ain't got no fucking donkey dick. Calm down. Like...
Robert Pattinson, you ain't got no donkey dick. I don't know why. Dude, Batman's coming out.
Whatever.
You seen the trailer?
Whatever.
You seen the trailer?
Nah. I'm so over Batman.
Why? What do you mean?
Like, dude, that movie's been done so many times.
Christopher Nolan, I honestly think, should be the only person allowed to make movies right now. If they're going to be in theaters. I'm dead fucking serious.
Refresh my memory. Which movies?
All the Batmans. Dark Knight Rises, Dark Knight, fucking Batman Begins, Interstellar,
Okay.
Inception,
Okay.
whole slew of others. He's great.
Yeah.
He has a new movie out. But what I'm saying is, like, when these other people try, like, he mastered Batman. It's done. So when these other people try to do it, it's never going to live up. It's like Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire somehow was a great fucking Spider-Man, dude.
Who's the best Batman?
Christian Bale, dude.
No.
Dude, that's because you're old. All right? You're looking at this from fucking Jack, who I don't even know. George Clooney for you?
What? He's literally the worst Batman. The absolutely fucking worst.
I'm glad he got the joke. So who do you think it is?
Michael Keaton, 100%. Like, it's not even questionable. Here's what I'll say. Christian Bale was a fantastic Bruce Wayne.
What makes it a good actor? But finish what you're saying.
But he was a terrible Batman. Exactly. God
Why
damn
do
it,
they have
dude.
to
I
do
wanted
that?
to punch that fucking voice out of his fucking mouth.
I don't get it.
It was terrible. It was
Ben
horrible.
Affleck, though. He might be
Horrible.
worse than George Clooney, dude.
You might be right.
Because, okay, it seemed like the whole George Clooney Batman was a farce. Like the whole
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
That was when they had a big budget.
I mean, the one before that with Val Kilmer was
Never even seen it.
really
Never seen it. Which
Really?
one is it?
the one with Jim Carrey.
I've seen it. I didn't even know they were different dudes. That's how young I was.
Yeah, I think that was the one with Jim Carrey.
Poison Ivy.
Yeah, that was Val Kilmer.
I think I got like my first series of boners from an individual from Poison Ivy.
Uma Thurman.
Just the concept of Poison Ivy. Like as a kid, I remember.
Like,
The-
was it from that
I watched
movie
the movie.
specifically?
She was hot. Everything's great. I don't think she's necessarily that attractive of a person. It's weird. She's a weird look.
She was sexy in that movie, though.
Very sexy in that movie.
She's not like she was always glamorized as a sex model, and like, don't get me wrong, like
That's just because Quentin Tarantino likes her feet. Honestly,
well, no, she did Playboy spreads too. You got to remember that was a thing back then, like before OnlyFans.
yeah, now it's much more convenient.
But and don't get me wrong, she was, I guess, attractive, but she was like always passed off as like the real pretty one. I was like, nah.
She's a 7.
Yeah,
She's a 7.
strong 7 at her peak.
Right.
Because like when she dressed up as Poison Ivy, that was kind of
It's an 8.
hot.
It's an 8.
8.5 maybe. Gave
According
you-
to my childhood boners, 10.
I was gonna say, gave
Yeah.
you kid boner.
Little kid boners 10. But I remember this. I don't even
Gave me
know
a
why.
kid boner.
Thank God for Glenn Fittich, dude. Like I've never thought about this. I truly think my first boners where I got a Batman set from that movie, right? And she was one of the dolls. And not that I was too young to masturbate to it or anything like that, or even necessarily think sexually, other than I could
You're
feel.
never too young to masturbate.
I could feel sexually. I couldn't think sexually, but I could feel sexually, dude. And I remember like looking at the doll after seeing the movie and being like, boner. You know? All right, I'm going to get into weird kid shit, and I want to know if you ever did shit like this. So, like, Britney Spears was so hot when I was growing up.
Okay.
I think she's always been hot to anybody, but specifically when I was growing up, like, I was like fucking 8 years old, you know?
Well, okay.
She might put it this way. The first time I started looking up porn, I searched Britney Spears nude,
Okay.
like as a 8-year-old or whatever.
As an 8-year-old, that's so funny. Like, internet didn't exist when I was 8, but I mean, it existed, but not really. Nobody
it was
had it.
dial up for sure when I was on. Like, and my dad has a business where you got to call the home phone at the time, and I was
Nice.
just clogging that bitch up, dude.
That's hilarious.
But anyways, Britney Spears was that bitch. Still might be, according to a couple gay dudes. Fucking posters on my wall. On the back of my door is a poster of Britney Spears. I had friends who would kiss it. Right?
Wow.
I remember this one time, we all, I'm talking 8, 7 years old, dude. Bunch of little kids. We're all hanging out. And we were acting like these pillows. What if they were our girls, right? And we weren't doing anything weird yet, right? But there's always that one kid. We're like, what do we do? Like, what are we supposed to, what do you mean they're like our girl? And he goes, we have sex with them. And I remember as a concept having no idea what that meant. You know what I mean?
No.
You don't remember the first time sex was something that you thought about?
No, I can't recollect that type of shit.
You should have had some Glenn Fittich, dude. Because I've never thought about it until literally this moment.
Like, I feel like I had a early understanding of it. I get my parents never filtered me from anything that was on television. We had cable,
Okay.
and like a sex scene would happen, and I asked Mom what I'm watching, and she told me. I was maybe 3 or 4. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just knew what it was. I didn't necessarily know about anything else. You know what I'm saying? Then maybe I was like 10 when I discovered like porn and masturbation. And when I say porn, back then it was like magazines.
Yeah, Playboys.
Yeah.
Hustler.
Penthouse.
Penthouse.
Yeah, that dirty shit.
So I found my dad's Playboys, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the neighbors across the street, if I'm fucking 7 years old, this kid was like, 11, and then he had a little brother who was my age, and we'd all hang out. So I find these Playboys, and we had already found, for some reason, like back in the 90s, I would find at the elementary school that I was like right in front of my neighborhood and I went to, when school's closed down, we go there's naked pictures everywhere. It was like somebody took a Hustler and just ripped it all over the place. And remember like escort classifieds?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, all over. How you were talking about those cards in Vegas?
Yeah.
Those were everywhere. On school grounds.
Nice.
And we're just playing on the playground. We're like, what the fuck is this? So I had seen it, right? But I didn't necessarily know. Find my dad's Playboys. Tell my neighbors, oh, I got this shit. They come over. And we created this tent from like the bed down. And we're under the tent. We're looking at the shit, right? And I got caught. My dad just got off work. He comes in to say hi to me. Now it's me, 2 boys, and some Playboys, right? And we're under some shit. So my dad has no idea what's going on. He just catches us. We all seem guilty as fuck, obviously. He, for some reason, thinks that the older kid was like being creepy and like molesting and shit, right? Because this kid had some weird things going on in his head. He wasn't a neurologically sound person.
Okay.
Let's say that.
Okay.
To not diminish, right? It's pretty well done.
Yeah.
That was nice.
I like it. Nice.
Yeah, politically correct. Your best friend, not your worst. You know? So
What would your worst friend say?
this kid, best case scenario on the spectrum to where it's not he's on the spectrum, he's way out there. Best case. Worst case, just extreme idiocy and not high IQ.
Okay.
He's either got an extremely high IQ or one of the lowest.
Interesting.
He was very hard to be around, if you will.
Okay.
So my dad's got this weird idea of who this kid is. He catches his kid looking at Playboys. They have to leave instantly. I'm like, why? Like, I understand my dad's pissed, but he's like extra pissed. Parents sit me down and they're like, I'm not gonna say his name. Was he touching you? You know? And now I think my whole goal is I'm not in trouble. I'm not getting in trouble here. Right?
Sure.
So I'm thinking because of the Playboys, I would get in trouble. Anything else disqualifies me from getting in trouble from stealing my dad's Playboys. So
Oh my God.
I say yes. I swear. Okay? I say yes. Okay? And my dad is livid.
Yeah.
Livid.
Yeah.
And my mom, I see that. I saw my dad was upset, but I've never seen him this upset. So he gets very upset. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God, this is serious. You know, like he might kill my friend, my retarded friend, my genius friend. So, truthfully, my mom says to me, you know, this is serious. Like what he did is not okay. Like, did he really do that? And I totally, her telling me that, it made me realize like the gravity of the situation. And I was like, no, like, because it didn't happen. But that, we have nothing to talk about specifics here. We had a situation where somebody we know is weird, right? That makes me think, who knows? Because maybe it's just
Sure.
some kid who got called out on it for the possibility of it happening, and they say yes so they don't get in trouble. Even though, you know what I mean? So who fucking knows?
Who fucking knows?
It's scary as fuck. But yeah, I'm not getting in social media.
I think it's necessary.
It is. I'll have an Instagram.
I think you should have Facebook too.
No way. No fucking chance.
Why?
No chance.
Why?
I will not do Facebook.
What's the aversion?
Facebook is dead. It works for you and your demographic. It does not work for me and mine.
That's not true.
I did not have Facebook for everything that you've seen. And I'm doing fine in terms of not having a podcast forever.
I understand.
So I'm just saying, Facebook is not, for comedy, maybe.
That's
Yeah.
kind of what I'm saying.
There are groups.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. Why am I friends with comics if I can't just know about it? You know what I mean? Like, just tell me. I'll tell you about stuff when I hear about it.
Because the rest of us are online, and we just assume you're not a fucking
Hey.
retard, and you're online too.
Well, guess what? If you're my friend, you know I'm not. You know what I mean?
Right, but I'm your worst friend, so I ain't telling you shit.
I'm not even talking about you. I don't even have many friends in comedy. That's fine. I haven't. How could anybody have a lot of friends in comedy if they've for doing it as long as we have in this predicament. Like we know the people that we know. There are so many others.
Sure.
So many, dude.
Yeah. That's great.
COVID's got us locked down.
It is what it is. I wish there was more opportunities, you know. Unfortunately, there's not, and it really sucks. I will say we've been blessed. We got a little local spot around the corner that allows us to get in there and
I got the shirt.
work out some material. And then I've been fortunate to have some shows and some things happen, and it's great, you know. Like I'm, you know, a good friend of mine is up in Colorado doing comedy there, and it's a totally different scene. For them to do comedy, they got to do the drive-in bullshit.
How many people are there?
Probably not many.
That's insane to think about with cars.
Yeah. And you know how you know you're bombing?
No horns.
No, you hear the car starting.
Ooh. Nice.
Like, that sounds terrible, though. You know what I mean? Like, it's such a weird time, and I certainly don't suggest people be irresponsible, but at the same time, good fucking God, man. Like, we got to get out. We got to laugh. We got to have a good time.
I've had so much fun, and it's been shitty. I can't wait for it to get great. Like, in terms of people.
I agree.
Like, God bless the people that come out, though.
God bless them.
So we're going to get a green screen.
It's going to happen.
What? When?
Calm down, CJ.
I'm calm.
Cool. It might take a couple weeks. I don't know. I got to figure it out.
So I was going to tell you a story earlier about how I finagled my way into Pet Supermarket.
Tell me a story about how you finagled your way into Pet Supermarket.
So when I lived across from CBD in Old St. Augustine at the Lakes, you know, it was deep times, dark times. It was just heavily under the influence, and it was bad, right?
Under the influence of?
Specifically at that time, not even fentanyl had came out yet. We're just talking straight Ron, that boy, that heroin dude.
That boy, though.
Right. First time ever shooting up was at that place. This is years ago. I ended up not doing it again for multiple years, but that's the spot. So I get fired from my job as I deserved, right? So I'm going to go fucking get a new job. And I see that Pet Supermarket across from Publix and Target is hiring for managers and regular employees, right?
Okay.
Now, I might have been fired from my family business, but in terms of a reference, they want me to get a job. So they will say whatever that I said on the application.
Of course.
So I put that I had managed this company. I'd been running the store. I'd done all this shit. I walk in there. I had recently gotten this, right? But my hair was a little longer, so it's kind of covered. And I wore long sleeves. And like this hand tat, I was like this the whole time. Because it specified you can't have tattoos.
Wow.
Right. So I'm hiding. I'm in hiding. Go to this interview. Obviously, I fucking crush it, dude. You know what I mean? Destroy the interview. Just love it. Crush.
Were you on drugs during the interview?
I'm talking like you're in the parking lot. You put the Ron on the fucking tinfoil. You smoke it. You spark a cigarette. You walk right in, dude. And you destroy an interview.
Wow.
Because at that depth of drug addiction, you can't do anything else without doing that first. It's not like I went in there, I'm so fucked up. It's like, I feel normal. Because I was sick.
Is it that bad?
Drug addiction's not great, dude.
No. But I'm saying, does it get to the point where you just feel normal now when you're on it?
So it goes like this, like you're sick, whatever. Let's say we get high right now and we're drug addicts. And then tomorrow we don't get money until this time, right?
Mhm.
We're going to have a shitty day tomorrow mentally, and it will psychosomatically make you feel sick physically. So you start freaking out even though it takes over 24 hours to actually start withdrawing, usually longer. So you start freaking out. You have a bad day. You get that money. You go get high. That is a great feeling. Always. Because you haven't done it in a while. But then, as you do the rest of it, it gets less and less good. Right? And that's why it keeps stringing along and you up your shit, obviously, and it's tolerance.
Sure.
So I probably had. I was so down and out at that point. I'd probably saved that for that moment so I could go there, crush the interview, and now the actual like store owner person is walking in, not the hiring person. You know. So they walk in. Now I'm sitting facing like how I'm facing the camera, and the door's over there, and this tattoo is on this side. I think I have the job. I'm so excited. This girl that we used to do drugs and all this dumb shit, she was out in the car. I texted her. I was like, I got the job, dude.
I got this shit.
Got the job.
In the bank, money in the bank.
Calvin got a job. So, boom. Go, and fucking person walks in. They walk around me, and they see this. And they go, oh, no. You have tattoos? You can't work here, dude.
That's so
Like,
silly.
I got hired on that spot to meet that person for them to tell me when I could start and stuff. So the reason I think it's not discriminatory practices is because they specified in that, like, you can't have tattoos, you can't have crazy piercings, blah, 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 no face piercings.
Why no tattoos? That's so
It's a pet supermarket, first of all.
Calm down.
Exactly.
Calm down. What do they pay? You know what I'm saying?
At that point, it probably would have been some, like, $30,000 salary.
For a manager, sure, but for a fucking employee?
No, I was a manager.
Yeah, but like, could you not have tattoos as an employee too?
I have no idea.
That's what I'm saying.
That would be discriminatory practice.
Why?
What's the difference between an employee and a manager in terms of human being?
Leadership role, responsibility, pay. I mean,
But what do tattoos have to do with leadership role, responsibility?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. No, I got you. But yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Like, what do they pay the bottom end employee? $10 an hour? You tell them you can't have a
At
tattoo
most.
at fucking $10 an hour? You can suck a dick.
What do you think people made in 2014 at Pet Supermarket? $8
$9, something like that. Yeah.
after you pass seasonal.
Ooh. We can do a little shitting. Seasonal schmeasonal. Let's roast some people.
I like this idea of that you have of like rapid roast fire, if you will, and it's like we roast what people we necessarily wouldn't consider to be typical roasties.
Like people that you like. Most people like these people.
I like roast as a term because everyone knows what it means, but me personally, it makes me cringe. I just want to say shit on.
Okay.
So in my head, I'm going to call this shitting on people. But we can call it rapid roast fire.
Rapid fire roast.
Rapid fire roast. That's what it was. Okay.
Yes.
Rapid roast fire. Jesus Christ. All right. Who's the first person?
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. Like, to me, beyond I thought it was Samuel L. Jackson for most of my life. I couldn't tell the difference. Beyond that. Anybody who plays God more than once is obviously the fucking devil, dude. You know what I mean? If you're playing God for the Illuminati like that, I don't like it. I don't trust him. Like, he fucks kids for sure, right?
Really?
You don't think Morgan Freeman fucks kids? You're talking about you got to suck a dick to be an Avenger. You don't think Morgan Freeman fucks kids? He was God twice.
Wow.
Called you out, MF.
You're probably right.
How do you feel about him?
I love Morgan Freeman, man. Like, I love Morgan Freeman.
Okay.
But that motherfucker was born old as fuck. Like, he's seriously been old as fuck since, like, the 50s.
When was Shawshank made?
I don't know, like the 80s, early 90s, something like
Right.
that, like 30, 40 years ago.
He was on his way out then.
Right?
Like, he looked like shit, dude. I don't know. Black don't crack, though. He's barely aged in terms of the past 30 years. So if he's 70...
Well, yeah, when you start looking like you're hanging on to life by a fucking thread, how much worse does it get?
Steve Martin, right?
Okay.
With the white hair?
Yeah,
Steve
he's-
Martin's been old since fucking 78.
Yeah.
But he was probably 29. You know?
True story.
That's so weird.
True story. True story. All right.
Joe Rogan?
Oh.
That's a good one.
Okay. Okay. So, for one, he kind of looks like a human toe. You know what I'm saying? Like, he kind of looks like a toe.
But like that aesthetic of a human being, no offense, the bald, and then just the compact, y'all all look like toes, dude.
Fair.
It's a big,
Sure. Fair. He
sorry.
he's like, how many times do you think he's fucked Nikki Glacier or Whitney Cummings?
Okay, for sure. I think him and I like to think this, and maybe it's because I respect him. I like to think that Nikki Glazer's like wants to fuck him so bad and has tried to fuck him, and he just says no every time.
You think so?
She is hot to me.
Nikki Glacier.
Yes.
I could see it.
What is she on a scale of 1 to 10 to you? I give her. She's in her 30s, maybe 40.
I have a type, and she's not really my type. I can don't get me wrong. I 100% understand the attraction,
But rate her.
Maybe like a 6.5, 7.
What?
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Explain your type.
It's like how do I say this? When you can look at her and tell she's got daddy issues.
Isn't it weird that you can?
Right. Like,
It's so weird. It is a thing.
it's a thing.
Why do we want that?
Probably because I have mommy issues.
Oh, see, so I got blessed and I grew up with no parental issues. So I got out of the phase of wanting the daddy issues and like want somebody who has a great dad, to be honest with you.
Right.
Beyond how awesome Sienna's dad is. Like, truly, I've always thought, if you're cool with your dad, that's a big deal.
Sure.
Like, especially now, things are nuts.
Right.
But before, I'd hit my sexual ceiling, and I'm out there trying to fuck bitches. You have to have daddy issues. That's what I'm looking for.
There's a weird line between sexual prowess and craziness, and daddy issues plays a big part in that.
Dude.
Like, how severe the daddy issues are has to do with how freaky she is in bed and how crazy she is as a person.
There are certain sevens that have a look to them that make me want to fuck them more than a 10.
I know 100% what you're talking about.
And why is that? Is that the narcissism of I'm going to dominate that pussy?
It's not even that.
That
It's,
dominated.
You know that she's going to throw it back. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a...
But how do we know? We know. It's weird.
Well, I believe in sexual chemistry, right? So I believe that, like, I can have... if you want to put sex on a scale 1 out of 10, right? I can have 10 sex with one person almost every time we have sex, and that same person will never have a 10 with anybody else, and maybe I wouldn't either. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But like for instance, just to use us as examples, I don't fuck after my friends, but whatever. Let's say I have 10 sex with this chick, and you have 10 sex with another chick, and then we swap, and it's 5s.
For sure.
You
But
know what I'm saying? Like,
this isn't a joke. I truly feel like pussy from like is always at least an 8 or 7.5. I've had a lot of sex. I've never had sex that's like, that was disappointing. I swear to God, I'm dead serious. I've never.
I have.
Now there's 10. Really?
Oh, yeah.
What happened?
Well, all right. So, like, I'm a sexual being. I get down.
I used to be, honestly.
I like to have a good time. And if you don't know how to express your enjoyment, I'm disinterested really fast.
You just changed my life. I don't know how to express my enjoyment for anything.
Really?
Thank you. So go ahead. You're not trying to fuck no non-enthusiastic hoes.
Not like, here's the thing. If I go down on you and like I know the kind of work I'm putting in.
Right.
And I'm getting no reaction.
You can taste. There's a thing that happens when you're eating a girl out and she's about to come.
Mm-hmm.
There's a particular. Your tongue almost gets numb in a way.
Sure.
There's this thing that happens,
Yeah.
right? If that's happening, and you're laying there, you are scary as fuck.
Right.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Now, when I mean bad sex, I've had that happen. But then I fucked her and I was like, that was good for me.
see, that's the thing. Like, I need some action to like make me want you.
You have to masturbate with her body. That's not, no. I'm saying when the girl's dead. Not dead, but you know what I mean.
I can't
not
do
literally.
that. I can't do that.
That's because I don't know why, actually. What's your porn intake in life?
Well, I will just say this, that what gets me off is a woman getting off.
1,000%.
Right? So, like, if she's not enjoying it, I'm not either.
I'm with you, but it's still an 8 for me.
Right?
That's all I'm saying.
I won't finish. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there's no engagement happening, like, sorry, I'll stop. I'm sorry.
You know what's really weird to me is, and maybe you do this, but like that happens, right? And then the guy whacks off while the girl's there, not doing anything. That's a thing. And that is so fucking weird to me.
Like
Just
she's not
masturbating.
helping at all.
I'm masturbating. Any form of masturbating with anyone else around you is so weird to me. Mutual masturbation, I'm still not, I don't get it. I've never tried it, so I truly don't know. I feel like I wouldn't like it. I get that.
You'd be surprised what mutual masturbation can do for you, actually. Like especially when you're in a relationship. When
Are you watching something?
Well, no. You got to understand, like, who knows how to please you better than you? Not one fucking person.
Definitely
one
not
fucking
faster, but I've obtained better feelings from other people, yes.
Sure, but like you know what you like, and you know what you like. You know the rhythm that gets you going more than anybody. You know what I'm saying? And
yes.
the best way to see that is to watch somebody pleasure themselves. So if you watch your woman pleasure herself while she watches you pleasure yourself, you can learn a lot about each other's intimacy and what gets you going and what rhythms actually make you pulse, and you can then have a much more connected sex life, and you can achieve different levels to orgasms.
This coffee has you enlightening me. Okay, straight up, dude. What was the one from earlier? I can't express enjoyment. Yeah, that made me, dude. I've been introspective ever since you said that, and then you're dropping this shit, dude. I'm freaking out, dude. I'm freaking out right now. It's not even the Glenfiddich. It's just truly Jesus, dude. I don't even know what you just said. I'm so lost. But yeah, I do now. I've never done it. Dude, I'm not crazy fucker. Like, I'm down to fuck. I've been trying to figure this out as a bit, and we'll just talk about it. Like, I used to be good at fucking, like, truly. Like,
okay.
Dating me was a fuck fest. And now I've just become such a jaded person in life that I hate myself too much to, like, even want to. Like, I feel like, why would you want to? Like, I suck. And I'm good at fucking. That was like my thing. That was my thing.
That was my redeeming quality.
I feel like almost in golf how you lose your swing. Like, I lost it, dude. I'm being serious. And I it's really weird. Like, I figured I'm only 28. I was going to just like get way better at sex forever.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I've not only hit a plateau, but like an old person does with driving, I'm just like getting worse as I get older.
That means you're not trying enough new things. Like,
I don't even know what I want to try. I have no interest.
I was about to say, like, you probably had zero or limited experience with like toys and things like that, like introducing different stuff into the sex life. So you talk about, I think it's funny that you have this joke about hitting your sexual ceiling, and I don't think you've ever really fucked.
Oh, see, I think there's fucking. That's funny. But I think there's fucking like I did, and then there's I have fucked so much that I can't fuck anymore, and I need to do this shit.
It's not always that, right? Like, look at what you're experiencing right now. You feel like you've plateaued in sex. No, motherfucker.
You don't know what I've done.
I understand, but
Not toy shit, but I've done, done my share.
I'm sure you've done things.
I punched pussies.
I'm just saying, like, you'd be surprised the things that you can find out that you enjoy that you never knew were even a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever worn a cock ring?
No.
It feels incredible.
Okay, I understand.
While getting a blowjob, it's amazing.
Like, the name itself is enough of a context clue to know what it is.
Right.
But what the fuck does it do?
So it's like something that goes around your dick, and then it's got a little vibrator at the base. So you put it down the base of the shaft,
Okay.
and there's a little tiny like that vibrates. And yeah, while she's fucking sucking your dick and that thing's vibrating, it feels incredible, son.
I'll try it, I guess. I don't know, dude. Like,
I'm just saying, like, a recommendation I might make is, like, sit down with your girl, get on, like, Adam and Eve or something like that, and go through and look at sex toys together and see what piques her interest. Buy a couple things, and they always throw in, like, little good, like, buy this and you get all these goodies for free, and you'll end up getting things that you didn't even know were things. And you could try them out and see
like,
if you like
last time you did this, what were the extra goodies you got?
Cock ring that's how I discovered the cock
Okay,
ring.
cool.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
How are the batteries on it? Good battery life?
Not really, no. You know what I mean? Like, they're cheap.
Do they have like USB charger ones? Because I'd like that.
No.
That'd be pretty cool.
Like, they're reusable, but not really. You know what I'm saying? Like,
They're not dishwasher safe, but you can wash them.
one of them came with like a pocket pussy, which she tried it out on me, like, you know, like giving me a handy with it. I prefer a blowjob. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
You prefer a blowjob with a cock ring, though.
like
How many cock rings do you have?
I haven't used one in a while, to be honest with
What's-
you. But
what's
I've
been
used
going
them
on?
Well, we haven't ordered from them in a while. Like, it was like a thing we went through for a while where we were ordering different shit, trying out different things.
So these are throwaway cock rings. Like, you don't keep one?
I mean, there's probably a couple in the drawer.
Why don't you bust them out?
You know, that's a good question. I'm gonna do it tonight.
Are you?
Maybe.
How long have y'all been together?
Almost 10 years, like 9.5 years.
I see y'all having a sexy or a healthy sex life.
Yeah.
How have you managed to keep that going? Cock rings and
She has a healthy appetite.
what are
and,
good for girls? Because
I
like,
have a healthy appetite, and we have fun.
what's working? What should I get? Like, let's say I'm gonna surprise my girlfriend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Little Adam and Eve, because this is coming out way later. I could pull this off, and then she listened to this and be like, "Wow," right?
Sure.
What should I get?
I mean,
I got $100 I want to spend on sexual toys. Surprise.
To be honest with you, it's a bit of a personal thing for a woman, right? So, I mean, as you know, you've been with several women. The vagina is very different amongst every woman, and what
It
they're
definitely looks
into.
different, but
What they're into changes. You know what I mean? But like there's some interesting toys that you can fucks with. You know, there's like little like remote control vibrators and like things that they can put in their pussy and like you have control over, so you can.
I did it. I said that as a joke on a trip that I went on, and all right, I'm so glad I can say this. All right, so when I like got out of detox and got my life together, and I'm like working with my dad, first day of work, right? I haven't seen my dad in months. First day of work, he goes, "Can you grab me one of the business cards? They're up. We have this like upper container thing."
Mm-hmm.
I go up in there and I'm looking around looking for these cards, and there is exactly what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
And it just made me laugh so hard to think about my dad on his phone pressing some button while we're at work.
Oh, that's fucking great. Oh, that's fucking great.
You got one of those?
No, you know, I haven't. I've thought about it. Just haven't pulled the trigger
I don't,
on it.
you know, I don't know what it's like to have pussy. Obviously, I can't imagine what it's like to have something in me all day.
You know, there's
Tampons?
there's these little balls that women get that they put up in there and they hold in there throughout the day, and it like gives them more muscular control over their pussy, so they can like flex that shit and tighten it up on you and get that like uber grip. You know what I'm talking about?
This is turning into a great episode. So, you know what honestly weirds me out, and I don't like, you know, anal fucking, whatever. It's all great on porn, whatever.
I'm not into anal.
I'm just cream pies and blowjobs, like good ones though. real effort.
Real effort.
Real effort. Or no effort at all. A lot of effort on the male's part. But cannot do any sort of the dude making noises. That weirds me out. I'm very auditory. I hate when guys are constantly saying shit.
I am extremely auditory. And there's one porn star, I know you're going to know who I'm talking about, the fucking dropping loads guy.
I don't. Please tell me what this is.
You don't know about the dropping loads guy?
He says
every time he drops a load, he fucking screams out, "Yeah, fucking dropping loads!"
Oh my god! Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, dude, you don't know about this guy? I don't know his fucking name, but yeah. Obviously, I don't follow male porn stars.
Right.
But like, yeah, dropping loads. Like,
What a piece of shit.
Next time you're, exploring porn,
Later on,
fucking,
yeah.
later tonight,
Yeah. Time is it?
just search dropping loads. I guarantee that guy will fucking come up.
First thing.
Yeah.
Dude.
Enjoy.
Do you
It's
ever-
fucking hilarious.
Do you ever use Google as a search engine for porn, or do you go to the porn site and then search?
Depends.
Right. Yeah. Have I seen everything on Pornhub already? Probably. I'm going to search on Google now. Maybe XNXX. I knew about that site because I actually knew a porn star girl that I went to rehab with.
Really?
I was 19. She was 18.
What's her name? Her porn name?
Sienna Splash.
No fucking way.
Are you know who that is?
No, but I think
was
that's
gonna
really
say,
funny.
Dude, that's creepy.
That her name's Sienna?
All right, let's talk about this. It's spelled different.
Okay.
Dude, I never even thought about that. Sorry. Whoa. So this girl was told to get into porn by her dad.
Wow.
I've had
daddy issues like a motherfucker there, dude. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about something like that.
very weird. Don't like it at all. This girl also. So this is how I meet her. When you go to rehab, there's IOP, which is intensive outpatient, where like you go and like instead of going to class from 8 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon, you go to class at 11. It's for regular people who aren't staying on property.
Okay.
I didn't know what any of that was. We paid cash. It's like I'm going straight to fucking whatever's the cheapest but best. So I stayed on property, but I was in IOP. So my first day I fucked up and went to classes, but the second day I'm sitting there, just have no idea what to do, and this girl just comes up to me and sits next to me and starts talking to me. And within 45 seconds, it goes, "What are you here for?" And I told her, "I'm here for MDMA." And she goes, "Oh, okay. I'm here for Roxy's. How much money were you spending a day?" And I was like, "I was making money." And she was like, "Oh, I used to spend, I don't know, I'd do a porno and make $3,000. I'd spend that in probably 10 days at most and then do another porno."
Wow.
It's not that surprising.
And what was her drug?
Roxy's.
Roxy's. Okay, so
She was shooting them, though.
okay, so let's.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Sienna. Honestly, I'm not editing this because you don't even do porn anymore. I'm sorry, and I know you're real. I'm not gonna say I'm sorry, but go ahead. I'm not editing this.
Okay,
She'll never hear this. It'll be fine.
that's fine.
But I'm sorry.
Anyhow, let's talk about that though, right? So like Roxy's, you got
They're $30.
the $30 for how much?
One.
What's the milligram?
30 milligrams. It's like doing a 20 bag of dope. Heroin is better. So it's really like when you're getting high, you need at least 3 Roxys.
Okay, to really get off. Now, what if you're a brand newbie? Start with 1.
Right now, me and you, we get a Roxy. We split it. We could do a podcast. We each take one.
Are we snorting it?
We're snorting it. Yeah. You ain't no gnarly, dude. I ain't putting no needles in you, dude. You snort a full Roxy, no chance you're doing a podcast. You're fucking.
Got you.
You'll feel great, but you will sleep.
Right. Now that's because I have no tolerance.
No
right?
tolerance.
But
Correct.
once I have a tolerance, 3 a day or three a pop. How many times a day? Like if I'm trying to stay fucked up all day, how many Roxys do I need for that?
I know people who are doing 18 to 24. Easy.
A day?
A day.
Every day.
Every day. Now, they understand that, so they are going to buy in bulk. So
Of
instead of paying
course.
30 a pill, they're paying 20 still, which is fucking insane.
Right. Absolutely.
20 times 20, right?
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. It's $400. And then here's the thing. Once you're at that level, it doesn't matter how much money, like, you're going to spend it all. So, like, her $3,000 is going to be spent. 10 days is a long time. Like, if you're living that kind of a life where you know There's a difference between I just made $3,000 and I just made $3,000. If I want to, I can make $3,000 tomorrow, right? There's a very big difference.
Sure.
In the way that you are operating. Like, if I know, like when I was working, I know, okay, at the time I'm going to make $200 a day. So I'm going to walk out at the end of this week with at least $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that that's constantly coming. So you can spend a shitload of money. When you don't know that you're getting that $3,000, you're not going to do that many Roxy's. It's once you get to that consistent level of making that money that you can do that many. Obviously, because how can you afford it?
Right.
But like everybody thinks they're going to rob and steal. Like, good luck robbing and stealing your way every single day to get $400 worth of shit.
Right.
You got to do something. And that's why girls become prostitutes. Straight up.
And guys become drug dealers.
Exactly. Because there is no like this whole thing of like dudes, they do like, I don't know. I know so many junkie dudes that are homeless and have nothing. And maybe if they could suck a dick to better themselves, they would. It's not an option. Like, that's why when you talk about celebrities have to suck dick to become an Avenger, like, I don't think so. Because the same type of person that becomes that drug dealer is the same type of person that becomes that producer. It's just a different market they're in. Like, it's a very high-achieving, goal-oriented person. It's not easy to become a high-level drug dealer. It's not easy to become a producer.
It's way easier to become a high-level drug dealer than a producer.
You need money.
Not necessarily.
You can obviously flip your way up.
I mean, I turned a $100 investment into $100,000 in 1 year's time.
I basically did like zero because I got fronted originally, and at least, yeah. So I get what you're saying, but is that okay? Now let's put you as a gay man who wants to get your dick sucked by dudes. Stop it, fucking savage.
Jesus,
fucking savage. Put me as that. I am, sweetie. You're making $100,000 a year selling drugs. As a gay person, would it be worth it for you to get your dick sucked by some person so that you can supply them drugs? Wouldn't you just get your dick sucked without having to give people drugs?
Right, yeah, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. If I was a girl and I would have been into drugs the way I was, I would have been murdered by somebody by now, dude.
But at the same time, there's a power thing to it. Like, maybe your thing is getting people that don't want to suck your dick to suck your dick.
But what percentage, like, why does that have to be the person that is hiring Avengers? You know? Is that the attitude you need to become a high-level succeeder in life?
Pretty much. Like, you got to make the world want to suck your dick.
I'm going to make my son, like, find real power in getting his dick sucked so he can become a real success in life.
I like that.
Is that what you're saying?
I like that you assume you're going to have a son and that you're going to have a kid.
If I have a girl, she will be trans. I'm just kidding.
Whoa. I'm sorry, what was your question before that?
Who else was on the rapid fire roast? 'Cause I forgot.
Yeah, we totally abandoned that, didn't we?
Great episode, though.
Yeah, great content.
We got one more. It's Betty White. We
Oh.
have two more.
Okay.
Betty White is okay. You want to talk about sucking dick? How much Betty White to become who she was when she became who she was probably has the loosest of buttholes, right?
I mean,
It's probably tight now. It's probably re-tightened.
how crazy is it that she had like a show about being old that got like
I don't even know.
canceled 30 years ago?
She's Morgan Freeman of women, right? Just old
Yeah.
as fuck since 1960.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, straight up. She's incredible though.
You know Vanna White from?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's her daughter.
Is it really?
Isn't that nuts?
I did not know that.
Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
All right. In reality, let's go with celebrity and what that means and money. And who has a better job than Vanna White?
Ooh.
Like, in terms of, these are my skills. This is the amount of time I spend doing it. and this is the amount of time I spend spending money. No one's got it better. My skills are walk over. I'm hot as fuck. I'm also 60.
Right.
Vanna White might be 75 years old, dude. Seriously.
She could be. I'm curious now.
All right, let's take a guess.
I'm gonna say 68.
I'm going with 65.
How old is Vanna White?
63.
Oh! Boom, 63 years old.
Couch Stradamus.
You know what's funny?
Hmm.
What's his name? The host on the show now.
Oh God, I know his name.
With the glasses, Drew Carey.
Oh,
have
that's not what I was thinking of. Yeah,
have you noticed that since Drew Carey replaced Bob Barker, he's starting to look like Bob Barker?
dude. Him not being the chubby Drew Carey that I remember
is weird, right?
It seriously freaks me out. And I'm not into the whole like this person is a clone.
Did you ever watch the Drew Carey show?
Never to the point where I would know anything you're talking about, but I've seen it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go ahead. What about it?
I was just gonna say it was really funny.
Really?
Yeah. Back then, anyhow. I'm trying to watch it now, but back then I used to enjoy it.
He's much like us in terms of dark as fuck.
Sure.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah. Did you ever watch Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yep. Love it.
That show was hilarious.
So funny, dude.
Wayne Brady.
All right, let's go SNL in terms of, sure, they had great moments. Now they have down moments, whatever. As a show through the whole run versus Mad TV versus Whose Line Is It Anyways versus Chappelle's Show versus Key and Peele. That's 5.
All right, so it's like this. SNL rules all. If you take the golden content of SNL because of its long tenureship of running, you know what I'm saying? If you took all of the peak moments of SNL, it would dwarf anything else in existence because there's such a vast majority of content.
I'm going
along
percentage.
with some of the most accomplished people ever came out of there. You know what I mean?
Percentage-wise.
Now that's a weird thing to say, but I mean, if you want to say
To you, in your opinion, what percentage of all the sketches that you've seen?
Obviously, Chappelle's Show had
It's 100%.
Yeah, it was 100%.
90 probably.
2.5 seasons though. You're talking
3
about
if you do with the
SNL's
loss.
been on for 40 years. There's a big difference.
I
Of course,
understand.
you're gonna have some misses with 40 years of content.
I love SNL. You know what I mean?
Right.
But when was the last time it was something you wanted to watch? Chappelle's Show could be on right now, and I tell you to turn it on.
That's fair. That's fair. I will say this though. I watch clips from SNL.
The new ones?
Mm-hmm.
Do you really enjoy them? Or does the whole way that it's shot and the people laughing make you think it's funny?
No, there's some clips that are absolutely hilarious. Like anytime The Rock's on there, it's fucking hilarious.
Really?
Yeah, I'll show. Remind me after this. There's a clip I'll show you. It's one of my favorite SNL skits that's got him on there.
Okay. Your number 1 is SNL. Mine Chappelle's Show. What's your number 2?
Chappelle's Show. Like,
Okay.
Chappelle's Show's great. You know what I mean? Like, and the only reason it can't be number 1 is because look at what SNL's done and how many people were involved with it. You know what I mean? Look at all the people that came out of SNL, man. It's insane the amount of legends that have come out of SNL.
I'll put SNL 2 for sure. And then is it Mad TV, Whose Line, or Key and Peele?
So these are very different shows.
I'm just talking sketch shows. Shows that are all sketches. The difference is live versus tape.
I was about to say,
But-
like, Whose Line Is It Anyway is way different.
But Mad TV is taped in front of a live audience.
But,
It's more produced.
well, it's also ad-libbed. Whose Line Is It Anyway is ad-libbed, so it's
Well,
different.
Mad TV is scene based, but they're also they're improving as well.
It's different.
It's more structured.
Right. There's scripts with Mad
I'm not
TV.
saying that putting Whose Line in front of Mad TV is a bad choice.
And just in terms of personal watching, I guess probably.
I grew up on Mad TV, honestly.
I grew up on both, and maybe Whose Line. Just I enjoyed it a lot.
I think Whose Line makes me laugh more,
Okay.
percentage wise. Mad TV has made me laugh harder,
Fair. And there's a few skits from Mad TV that are legendary.
but that
you know what I
comes
mean?
with the production, with the structure of it. You can't. the ceiling is raised when you have all these people contributing versus what's the topic? And I guarantee you whose line is, it's not like they literally don't know what's going to be talked about on that episode.
Sure.
But I don't think it's nearly as structured at all.
Key and Peele is definitely last. I mean,
For sure.
it's
I don't give a fuck about that show.
It's poor man Chappelle's. I will say this. They have some really funny skits. They're both very talented guys. You know what I'm saying?
They
like,
don't know when to end a bit. Every time I've seen a skit, I wish it would have ended 40 seconds earlier. And that's a long time.
You're not wrong.
Worst friends ain't wrong.
Worst friend?
It's a good episode.
I like to party.
Done.
Fuck off.